Hello everyone, this will be a video of none other than the Edwards Genesis LED strobe. The full model number is the GL1RF-VMC, according to the box here. GL1RF, excuse me. As you can see, here's the box it came in. Now, I don't know if this is a prototype or not. All I know, it's here, and I got it off eBay. That's all I gotta say. Nonetheless, it's a pretty cool device to have. Now let me bring out something that's very familiar to us. We should recognize the alarm I'm putting to the left. This happens to be the regular version of the Genesis. There's things a little bit different with this. This actually happens to be a slightly older version, which is the locked candela setting right here. It's 30 candela. I just so happen to have a newer shell for this. Now, the similarities you can see. There's obviously this little square right here. I don't know why there's no cartoon on this one, the Running Man right here. I shouldn't say it's a cartoon, it's more of a, graphical thing. It's very important, let's just say that. You can see there's a spot for the grill right here. They're very similar. If this were the horn strobe version, it would have the holes like right here. Obviously there's fire lettering right here. The font's a little bit different on this one. And obviously you got the strobe on the bottom. And this one is in fact multi-candela, as you can see by the slot right here. There we go. Now I got the covers off, so let's compare and contrast right here. Obviously you got your strobe right here, but this is where the horn would be if there was a piezo in here. Obviously this is the strobe only version, so we don't need a piezo. It would be interesting to see that though. Let me just say that. Now if this were a multi-candela version, the candela selection switch would be right here, and this is where it would be displayed. Now the thing about the original Genesis, you got to break off parts of the circuit board if you want to do continuous or low volume. But here, on the back, if this were a horn strobe version, there would be a switch right here for either low volume, high volume, code 3, or continuous. And this is where you set the candela for this one. I don't know if you can see that right here. I don't know if that should help. There you go. Now here's one thing I will point out about this device. If you look on the bottom here, this latch, right here, this is the same exact latch Wheelock devices use to secure their products. As you can see, here's an RSS, right here. There's those two teeth. Now, if you notice here, there's a little square hole right here. This is where you stick the screwdriver. And here's the shell for the RSS. Again, same thing. Now I should point out, I believe this alarm is in fact designed by Wheelock. This is in fact their LED strobe, but a little bit redesigned by Edwards. Let me just put the RSS to the side here. And this is how it would latch. Right here. So what exactly is the significance of the LED strobe in this video? Well, fire alarm visual notification technology has in fact gone a long way. In the 70s or so, we started out with the space age electronics visual notification devices, the AV32, V33, and even the AV34, and also the Simplex 4050-85, whatever that series is. I don't know all the model numbers of that series. Eventually, we figured out how to put a xenon strobe in devices. They were sort of the frosted lens devices, such as the WST series from Wheelock. More notably, it's on the 7002T. Figured I would throw that out there. It got, revamped. We started putting reflectors in them, like the RSS, which I showed you earlier. To make the strobes brighter, we figured out how to make them multi-candela. And now we figured out how to, use an LED for fire alarm visual notification technology, which is kind of cool if you want to say that. I believe it's lower powered and it's kind of, modern. No other words to describe it. I'll show you this right here. This is in fact the LED, that yellow dot right there. If you can kind of tell, this happens to have a lens rather than a reflector. So overall, compact strobe design, if I can even call it that anymore. And a little bit more energy efficient too. I don't think this takes as much energy as, you know, a typical xenon strobe. So if you want to hook multiples of them up, you'd be able to do that without drawing too much energy from the panel. So without further ado, let's test this thing. Now this is the first time I'll be experiencing an LED strobe, so this is going to be kind of a new experience for me. It's set on 15 candela, so it's not going to be too bright, but should get the job done. Let's experience the LED goodness in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Number one, you might be able to notice, you know, it's got sort of a longer flash. Number two, it's a little bit bluish in person. And I don't even hear any capacitor. Alright, let's shut the overhead lights off. That's a very bright strobe, by the way, even on 15. Let's shut all the lights off. Let's turn these lights back on. These lights back on. And let's shut off the power. Now to activate this new device with the pull station, I got sort of a older fashioned device. This device isn't really old, but it's an Edwards 270A SPO. So, without further ado, let's pull it. Like I said, it's kind of the old versus the new, old-fashioned style. This particular device isn't that old, but it's still cool. That's all I gotta say. Alright, let it go a little bit. There we go. So I hope you enjoyed this video of the LED Genesis strobe. So, that'll be it. Thank you for watching.